Hello everyone, I hope you all doing well. So as you can see, we are going to study English online, and I will do my best to make lessons clear as I used to do in classroom. And if any point seems unclear, you can always ask me. Alright? So today's lesson is about past tense. We are going to see the past simple and the past continuous. Also the differences between the two tenses. Alright, so let's start with the past simple first. In the past tense, we have two different types of verbs. We have the regular verbs and we have the irregular verbs. We generally add ed to the regular verbs to make the past simple. For example, watch, watched, finish, finished. Another verbs, stop, stopped, travel, traveled. And some verbs are irregular. They do not form the past simple with ed. So they totally change. For example, buy, bought, do, did, have, had, go, went, leave, left, make, made, say, said, take, took, see, saw, tell, told, win, won. Let's move now to the use. So we use the past simple to talk about, first, a single finished action in the past. For example, I went to the doctor last week, which means I was sick, so I went to see the doctor. The action happened in the past and it was finished. Alright? The action happened in the past and it was finished. It took a moment. Alright? So let's move now to the second use, which is a repeated action in the past. It is about an action that is repeated in the past, but it is still a finished action in the past. Let's see the example. I called your mobile 5 times yesterday. So, in this example, the action was happened in the past and it was finished. Alright? But it was repeated 5 times. The action was repeated 5 times. Alright? Let me repeat again. So with second use of past simple is for a repeated action in the past. Alright? So let's move now to see past continuous. So past continuous, it is made of the past form of the verb be, which is was or were, plus the ing of the verb. Alright? Let's repeat again. It is made from the past tense of the verb be, which is was or were, plus the ing of the verb. For example, I, he, she, it was working. We, you, they were working. Alright? So the first use is to describe something you did until another action interrupted you or stopped you. For example, I was watching TV when the phone rang. So the action of watching TV was in the past. It took time until the second action interrupted. Alright? Another example. The children were doing their homework when I got home. So now I have the action of children doing their homework. Alright? So this action took time in the past. Alright? Before the second action interrupted, which is when I got home. Right? I repeat again, we use past continuous to describe something you did until another action interrupted you. We use past continuous for action that took time in the past before the second action interrupted, as we have seen with the example of children were doing their homework when I got home. Is it clear? The second use of past continuous is to describe an action at or around a time in the past. For example, it was 8 o'clock, I was writing a letter. The action started before 8 o'clock and can continue after it. Is it clear? So let's see now the differences between past simple and past continuous briefly, which means we are going to resume what we have been saying. Alright? So, past simple, it is used to describe one or more finished actions in the past. One or more finished actions in the past. For example, we arrived at home at 3 o'clock and we went to our room. Alright? In this example, both actions are finished in the past. Alright? The first action, it is arriving at home. It was finished in the past, as well as the second one, which is going to our room. Is it clear? Unlike past continuous, which is used to describe an unfinished action at and around a time in the past. For example, when we arrived at home, the maid was cleaning our room. The cleaning was not finished when we arrived at home. Alright? The second use of past simple is when one action happened after another, which means we have a series of actions. Alright? For example, when Joe came, we watched a movie. When Joe came, we watched a movie. We have a series of actions. Two actions happened in the past and it was both actions were finished. Alright? Unlike past continuous, which is used to describe something you were doing at the time when another thing happened. For example, when Joe came, we were watching a movie. When Joe came, we were watching a movie. Alright? So this is all for today's lesson. See you next week, inshallah, in a new lesson.